What a way to spend your Wednesday than hanging out with me and Big O, recapping a fantastic victory. What is up, Finn fans? Yes, another episode of me and Big O. Like we talked about, it's going to be a weekly thing, back in action during the week. Have him on. We're going to be chatting about the Dolphins beating the Patriots. He gives me a little inside source. He is at practice with the team every Wednesday, so we get a little bit inside source from the locker room, all that good stuff. So let's sit down and chat with Big O and see his thoughts on beating the New England Patriots. Big O, 1-0.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
1-0.
Wasn't concerned. I was never concerned about
I really
this
wasn't
game.
either. Like, it's
I'm
not the same.
I'm the guy that has said that they're going to go 3-1 in the first four. I think they'll beat the Ravens too this week. And after watching the Steelers game against the Bengals, there's no doubt the Dolphin defense is going to have a shot at Joe Burrow quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, listen, they're not in Buffalo's class. Almost no team in the NFL. It's not a Dolphin thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Buffalo thing. They are the creme de la creme. They're a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
You know, I had a buddy of mine goes, after the game, they won. And he goes, well, I guess we're going to be second to Buffalo still. And I'm like, did you expect them to beat Buffalo this year? Like, dude, what's wrong with you? Let's watch them get in the playoffs. That's it.
Yeah.
Let's see what they can do. Let's build on that. They weren't supposed to cut the legs of the Bills in the first offseason. Relax, dude. Take it easy, man.
A lot of people want to cut down this win, right? Like a lot of people want to say, oh, New England this, and you only put 20 up on New England, and their offense isn't good, and like what? Why can't we sit back and enjoy a dominant victory?
I'm enjoying it. Screw them. I'm serious, Doug. Screw them, dude. You and I, let's enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay? The real Dolphin fans, okay? Let's enjoy it. All right? That's what NYC Dolphins, Dolphins talk, you name it, okay? All you guys out there that are hardcore Dolphin fans, let's us enjoy it. These stinking sourpusses. You know what I love about some of our fan base? They act like they've been winning for 25 years and that, their crap doesn't stink and that, hey, it's like they act like they're the Patriots with six titles, that they've seen such great football over the years. It's almost like they're acting like they're still in the Shula era.
Yeah.
And towards the back end of the Shula era, this is what our dumbasses were saying. Oh, Shula only won 10 games. Oh, only the playoffs, the first round? Oh, that's not good enough. We were like that, dude. I swear to you, we were like that. We got to that point with Shula that he spoiled us so much that the playoffs and 10 wins weren't enough. Well, we've got Dolphin fans acting like they're winning 12 games every year and going to the playoffs, and they beat the Patriots. That ain't no thing. Won by 13 points, comfortable, and they never had any doubt that they were going to lose that game.
No, never lost the lead.
Impressive.
Never.
That's impressive. Okay, do you want Mike McDaniel in his first game, or do you want Daniel, let's take out the et and just call him a hack? Because that's what he was yesterday, calling that game with the Broncos and Seattle. Well, let me see. I'm going to pay a quarterback $250 million who's super clutch and has made all kinds of plays. But no, let me go with a 64-yard field goal.
That made no sense.
I mean, that's what I said also about McDaniel. His teams were prepared for practice.
Yeah.
His teams were prepared for scrimmages.
Yep.
How many times did we hear scrimmage after scrimmage every year? Oh, dude, the Dolphins look terrible. The Falcons manhandled them. The Titans manhandled them. This manhandled them. That manhandled. You know what I heard this offseason? Tom Brady left for 11 days because it wasn't Giselle Bundchen, bitch. No, it was the Dolphins secondary.
He was getting frustrated.
The shit out of him.
Yeah.
And he said, basta, I'm done with this. I'm out of here. Where's Giselle? And he left for 11 days. They can tell you that he was on The Voice or whatever that thing, the Maskless Singer, whatever the hell that is, that he was in the Bahamas, that he was with his family. No. The Dolphins drove his ass crazy. Okay, they kicked him out of New England in 2019. They said, no bye week for you. And then they frustrated him. And then they beat down the Eagles for a couple days. The only idiot that didn't see it was Danny Cannell. Okay. Because, I love Danny, but some of the shit he said during that time was like, oh, I saw Philadelphia be the better team for 2 days. I couldn't see it coming. And I'm like, I was there, dude. No, you
Even
might
the
have been.
Eagle beat writers were saying that the Dolphins were
Dude, he
dominant.
was in the clubhouse hanging out, having drinks, or because that Dolphin facility is a clubhouse. Let me just tell you that it's a
I
clubhouse.
gotta check it out.
The place is just gorgeous. It's just beautiful. Anyway, he was probably hanging out with the rest of the, national guys. They were just treating them to drinks or whatever and all that. We were outside sweating our asses off watching practice, and Miami dominated those 2 days and then embarrassed them in the damn preseason game.
Yeah.
And then I watch Mike McDaniel's teams practice prepared, scrimmage prepared, playing preseasons prepared, and guess what happened in week 1? Prepared. And that, to me, if you're not pumped up about that, then I can't help you, dude. I can't help you. I can't help you that Skylar Thompson looks prepared when he plays.
Yes.
Can't help you. Can't help you that Eric Ezukama comes right off the college football bus and look at how he looks when he plays. I can't help you that they find Kader Kohu from a Division II place, and in 17 plays, I thought he played the whole game with the 17 plays because the every time he made a play, it was an impactful play. Big time. I can't help you if you don't want to get psyched up about this, if you don't want to believe in this, if you don't want to enjoy this, if you want to be a bitter-ass Dolphin fan because the last 20 years have been rough, that's your problem. That's what I say to them, Doug. That's your problem. I'm going to enjoy this. Okay?
Looking at the Patriot game, overall, right? It was a good 20-7, never gave up the lead. It's the 25th straight game that when the Dolphins led at half at home, they won.
I had no idea about that stat. None.
Ridiculous.
And my boy, Alan Poupar, who's one of our exclusive insiders on our platform, which for those of you that don't know, we have 4 of them on our show. He also tweeted out the Dolphins NFL streak of 25 home wins when leading at halftime started with the Houston game in 2015 when they were up 41-0 at half. Last home loss when leading at halftime was 2014 finale, better known as the Geno Smith game. 37-24 loss to the Jets.
Perfect passer rating
of Geno Smith from last night.
Overall, what would you like? How was your thoughts on yesterday's game? And now, for me, it wasn't perfect, right?
No, of course not. Please.
It was the first game. There's going to be those hiccups, but it was a good sign. It was a good sign for this season.
Yeah, dude. They were prepared. They were better prepared than the other team. Did they play a clean game? Of course not. They had some success early on running on him. Then they adjusted. And they shut that down. One of the things that I tweeted out in that second half when they had that big drive at first and they got the points, the problem was they gave them 3rd and shorts. One of the things that they did throughout that game is frustrate that offense. You put the Patriots in 3rd and long, and Mac and the boys can't figure it out. And constantly, that's how they dominated. Tua, I thought, played a solid game. Did he play a great game? No. Did he make a few mistakes? Hell yeah. He's got to. Look, I've talked about this on the show. He's got to learn when the play is dead.
Yes.
Let it go, bro.
Yep.
Let it go. Stop fighting it. Go to the ground. And if you are able to see the pressure, throw it away, dude. Live for another day. Don't take unnecessary shots. These are little things that he's got to learn. And he's lucky that some of those brain farts he had didn't turn into turnovers, but he has to, or injuries, which is the other thing and part of his career. When he hangs on to plays a little too long,
the hip injury,
he takes shots. The one that was almost intercepted and he took a shot right at the chest. Notice how he flicked it.
Yeah.
When is he the flick guy? He has to know who he is too.
Yeah.
Joe Montana, not the flick guy. Frank Tarkenton, not the flick guy. Drew Brees, not the flick guy. Okay? Yeah. I've seen this quarterback play and win at an incredibly high level all kinds of them, but they know who they are.
Yeah.
And Tua has to understand he cannot stand off balance and throw a 30-yard strike like Matt Stafford or Justin Herbert or Ben Roethlisberger or Cam Newton, or he's not blessed with those kind of abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Neither was Joe Montana, by the way. Joe Montana didn't have two guys draped on him and he's throwing a
Yeah.
30-yard strike. Okay. Neither is Drew Brees. None of those guys ever did any of that kind of stuff. Okay. Why? Because they played within the game.
Yeah.
And then their coaches understood how to build the offenses around them.
Yeah.
So you can do it with Tua, but he's got to learn. Let the play die when it's dead, because you're going to give that team a turnover.
Yeah, he's got, and I agree. He needs to, because that was the biggest thing, especially when I was looking at the film. He was still making his hiccups and he was still doing certain things here and there that I'm like,
Yeah.
he'd make a great pass and then he would kind of, falter a little bit. He would take a sack when he probably could have got rid of the ball. But I'm not, because that's what happened. All of a sudden, Tua had an okay game. That's the way I saw it. It wasn't horrible, like some are saying, and it wasn't elite. It wasn't him throwing for 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, and just people. But again, if he did do that, if he threw it for 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, and lit it up, the same people that are right now not enjoying the win and the same people right now that are ready to ship him off would say, it's just one game. Let's calm down. It's just one. Keep the same energy. It's just one. It's the first game of the. Look at Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers every year for the first game of the season just falters. Joe Burrow threw 4 interceptions. Like, a lot of these quarterbacks looked like crap because it's the first. Russell Wilson did not look good against the Seattle Seahawks. How long did it take him to score a touchdown? He almost threw an interception to his own guy. We were talking about it before we came on. Underthrew Judy, and then Judy had to take it and the rest of the way. And you even said, if Tua did that, he's getting crucified. Give the guy a break. But I do want to talk about Kader Kohou, though. You brought him up, and I want to talk about him. Undrafted, free agent corner, just was all over the field. I was so worried about the secondary without Byron Jones, him stepping up, Keon Crossan stepping up. What is your thoughts on the defense? Like, are you happy where they are? Do you think they need to step up a little bit more? Because the next couple games, we got Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. What's your thoughts on the defense?
Okay. No, I love what I'm seeing from the defense overall. I mean, Kader makes you feel a little bit better about the secondary.
Yeah.
I want him on the outside.
Mhm.
I want Needham on the inside.
Yeah.
Kader has shown me for weeks now he is the better athlete in the air.
Mhm.
Needham is the guy you want to keep on the ground, so you play with slot guys. Keep them on the slot. Your boundary guys have to have the athleticism to play in the air like X did when he had to go up in the air. And Needham has and Kohou has shown me that what he did with the tight end, that he's half the size of that tight end. Okay, and he went up and by the way, when you meet Kader, I had him. I had an exclusive interview with him last week on the platform. You can go check it out. He's a thick little fire hydrant. Okay. So this is not a guy that's built like a Division II player. You think, oh, well, he's got to hit the weight room. No, dude, he's already got an NFL body.
Mm-hmm.
And he is hungry and he is super athletic. So I like it. They were going to get tested with the run. This is something that we were going to find out, right? Well, they were getting tested early in that game, and then they shut down New England. They kind of took the run out of it. This week, obviously, is the key.
Yeah.
Because I think they're going to win this game. I think they'll zero blitz his ass, and he won't figure it out again. But in order for you to zero blitz him, you must stop the run along the way. You must plug every gap and make sure nobody gets through.
Yeah.
So, but I do like this defense. Are they going to get tested? Yeah. I still don't know if they're tough enough up the middle.
Yeah.
I still don't know if they're effective enough in a really good running team that can punch you in the mouth. Can they stand up to that? Now, what I do know is pass rush, they're going to get after your ass. And their secondary can cover.
Mhm.
And if you saw Brandon Jones make that move now, because Omar Kelly and I have been battling for over a year on this. I say he's a ball hawk. He says he isn't.
Mhm.
And then I know he says that he's got to improve his pass coverage, but I said you got to give him time. He's a
Yeah.
kid. And look what he did this week. So if this is a sign of things to come, that now your strong safety's picking up the coverage skills. Javon Holland's
Oh
already
yeah.
he's the FBI back there. Okay. He's CIA. Okay. He's in all your business. If you're the offense, you're ruined. Okay. He's NSA, CIA, FBI. He knows it all. So if you get Brandon at that level, and now Kohu's playing well, by the time you get Byron Jones back, and now you become a much deeper secondary than what we ever even imagined. You know what I mean? So I really like this defense. I still need to see the middle of part of that defense, and if they can stop the run against a team that can really punch you in the mouth.
Yeah.
That's the only test that I have left, but I do love what I'm seeing on defense. There's no doubt about it.
Last thing we're going to talk about, and it was still a little bit of an issue, offensive line. Now, Connor Williams actually graded as one of the top centers on Sunday, which I'm ecstatic about. He had the one bad snap, but other than that, he kind of got it together. But the right side of the line had a problem. There was consistent pressure on that right side. Then Austin Jackson went down, and then Greg Little went down for a little bit. Then they kicked Robert Hunt back to the outside. Greg Little came back in. What's your thoughts on the offensive line? And do you see them potentially trying to bring in somebody at least to try to help? Because it seems like the right side is still having a problem.
Somehow or another, they don't flinch.
Mm.
Oh, no, quarterback. You need no, we don't. We're fine. You guys look at them as young guys. We look at them as veterans. Well, guess what? They were right this time.
Mm.
The offensive line, the same thing. They haven't flinched, bro. Any, whatever. But I'll give them this. Both their guards could play tackle.
Yeah.
So they had the versatility of that. They had a swing tackle who, by the way, Greg Little kind of didn't show us much last year, but all of a sudden is now playing his better football. And oh my God, maybe better coaching. And so, that maybe Greg Little might be the guy that is the swing guy. We'll see what happens with Austin Jackson. And let me tell you something. I truly believe this. The next time Michael Dieter gets a chance, he will own the job. I think he's ready to break out. Okay. I really do. So for me, Liam is the only guy that I kind of, when I'm watching the line, he's the one guy. And I don't think he's a natural guard. I think he's a tackle. And I think Dieter's the guy that should be playing right there next to Teron Armstead. And I would not be surprised if Michael Dieter ends up being your starter at left guard when it's all said and done. I know they wanted to get Eichenberg in there because he's the high pick and the draft traded up for him and all that kind of stuff. But I think Dieter's the mauler that you need, and he's athletic enough to play in this system also. But so far, they're not good yet.
Yeah.
But they have been better than what I've seen so far. They showed me some versatility. They gave to us some time at time. So I'm watching some improvement. And again, it's only game one.
Yeah.
Check back with me in 6 to 8 weeks when I have a better, feel for what they really are. But for now, I thought they did a serviceable job on Sunday against a very good defense. Matthew Judon is a son of luck. Okay, and I think they gave up 2 sacks, if I'm correct.
3.
And 3, right? And so and maybe one of them might have been Tua's fault.
Yeah.
Not the Matthew Judon up the middle. I don't blame him for that because there were people picking on Tua. I need you to go back and look at that tape. Judon whipped around behind the line. You could not see it. He's a short quarterback. He's not 6'5", towering over dudes. He's 6 foot. So Judon was able to hide behind the line and then pop right into the middle. And by that moment, for even the tackles, because the tackle was free, he tried to get in and get it. And Judon was too quick and he was right into his face. And I timed it, and it was 2.8 seconds. Which that's exactly the time that you have to throw the ball in the NFL. It must be 2.8 seconds. You got to have.
Yeah.
And so he didn't really have time, and he surprised him. But one of the other 2, I would blame it on him and not the line. So he could help the line out a little bit, like Marino helped out his line forever. again, I go back to what I initially talked about. He's got to learn when the play is over. The
Yeah,
play is over. Live for another day.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So yeah, they're not a finished product, but I love the versatility. I loved how you were able to move guys around. You were kind of prepared for all the scenarios in the first game it happened,
Yep.
which is also really good for them because it keeps them sharp. And then when the guard has to take an extra rep or two at tackle, he's now going to take it with a little more seriousness, just because they no longer have to tell you, what if it works? What if you have to do it? Oh
Mm.
no, I already had to do it. Let me make sure. So in a way, there's a method behind the madness to all of this. And to all the craziness, there's some positive out of it.
Yeah, and it's something to build off of. Again, it's week one, and it's a victory. It's a big dominant victory against a division rival. Week one victory. Big O, what do you got going on your channel this week? What can people look forward to over there?
Well, we got, of course, all of our insiders joining us, talking Dolphins throughout the week. We will have our pre and post game show on Sunday. We start 2 hours before the kickoff and 2 hours prior and after the kickoff. We carry the press conferences from the coach, Tua, and our insiders that are inside the locker room throughout the week. I go to Dolphins camp on Wednesdays, and I'm in the locker room getting exclusive interviews for our platform. So this past week, it was Teron Armstead, it was Kader Kohu, and it was Eric Rowe. This coming week, I'll try to get a few more. So a lot of Dolphin insight. Nobody has more Dolphin insiders. No platform has more experience covering the Dolphins than our platform. So I appreciate it if the Dolphin Nation will subscribe, search for Big O Radio Show. And we also plan on adding a Dolphin Roundtable.
Nice.
That'll be a monthly show. So we're looking to expand and grow on the programming. Obviously, we cover the Canes, we cover the Heat, the Marlins, Inter Miami, all of that. We also have a pre and post game show for the Canes on Saturday. It'll be a late one this Saturday. Holy moly!
You're gonna be
9
tired
o'clock
Sunday.
start. Yeah, boy, that post game show is gonna be late. It might be abbreviated, but it'll be late. But anyway, so yeah, we got a lot of things going on. Follow us on Twitter at Big O Show. Join us there. That's like a 24-hour talk show there. As always, appreciate it. And we failed. You will be back. You will be on our show Friday. So Friday you can catch Doug on our show because I screwed up last week. I got so much shit going on.
Sounds
So
good to me.
Doug will be on with us on Friday also. So you can catch the second part of this on Friday.
Sounds good. All right, bud. I will see you Friday.
You got it, my brother. You be good.